Greetings and welcome to another Bead haul for Odin's Bead haul. This is the it's starting to become a traditional review of the new 2018-2019 Swarovski fall innovations. And here I am presenting to you if I should think that there was actually something interesting for you guys to check out, or if it's just hogwash. I did not get a lot in this haul, because this shit was expensive this round, and I'll get more into that later, but let us begin. First up is the new color Scarlet, and I have purchased this in some 4mm bicones, some 3mm bicones, a couple of drops, and 14mm Rivolis. And I'm also excited because this color is coming out in 18mm too, and that is incredibly rare. Now, while I am excited for another red, I'm just kind of wondering why. It is a very pretty red, and I'm going to compare it to the other things that I have of this similar color. It's kind of got a pinkier undertone to it, and a little bit of a dark shadow, as if it's got like some of the satin finish to it. Not exactly, but let us compare to a swatch that I have. I will bring out my swatch. Up here we have light cyan and regular cyan, and in between, in fact in between is quite correct, this is what it appears to resemble. It is just a little darker than cyan and a little pinkier. Supposedly it is good to pair with ruby, which I have as well. I can't remember which one's ruby and which one's fuchsia. One of these is ruby. And yeah, it kind of does blend in pretty well, so if you like had a little bit of a gradient, that's kind of what you're looking at. I like it. It's really, the more I look at it, the more it's really close to light cyan, but it's not as stark and shocking as light cyan can be. So if you're looking for a really nice base red, this might be more towards what you're looking for, because the regular cyan is a bit more on the burgundy, Bordeaux, blood reds kind of things, and it shows a hell of a lot brighter on camera than it is in person. But if you're kind of looking at it from angles, you can kind of see it has like a darker shadow, like towards the edges here, and what have you, but a very pretty color. I'm not sure if we needed another red, but yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to be like running out and replacing my cyans with this or not. But yeah, it's pretty. I like it, and yeah, although, like, in the pendants, it looks a bit more on the pinkier side. Especially on camera. But it kind of, like, when you hold it out away from other things, it kind of has, like, especially towards the hole and towards the tip, it has more of a pinkier tone to it, but that could be just me. Yeah, because it almost looks like it doesn't match the rest of these. That is what we have, and it's kind of funny. They gave me a sample. I ordered this from Fusion Beads, and they gave me a sample of 4 additional ones, just so you can see what the color was like, which is kind of cool. Yeah, so I'd say the closest comparison to Scarlet is if you took light cyan, and ruby, or fuchsia, and smushed them together, blended them up in the blender, and that's what you get. But I am kind of excited for the 18mm, because I really, really, really want more 18mm options. Next up, we have a new pearl color, which is the Velvet Brown. Kind of different along what they've been doing, which is like the iridescent, really high shine multi-colors. And yeah, so this is kind of a change. It's very nice fall colors. It's a rather rich brown, but they do have quite a few browns in their stash already. I got them in 4mm and a pair of 2 12mm. Did I buy 12 or 10? 12, because I like to use these for like earrings and what have you. But This one is closer to more of a true brown. It has a little bit more of a matte finish side, which I guess is what they were trying to compare it to. I've got some other colors of pearls here. So this is kind of their brown spectrum. We can compare that to the brown spectrum, and it's not as shiny. It's got more of a matte finish, and these ones are more of on the taupey side rather than the brown tone. And I don't think I have it. No, I don't have any browns. Those are the gemstones. Yeah. That's my opinion of it. When, like, I mean, I bought myself 2 Scarabaeus green ones because I needed more in my stash because these are freaking glorious. So when you compare that to that, it's not really anything to write home about, but it is a very nice neutral brown thing that you can use for your fall patterns or your muted patterns. So my opinion is meh, but then again, I'm not the entire demographic. So let me know what you guys think about it in the comments about these 2 colors, because these are the primary things that we have to look forward to in the fall release. Then moving on, we have the Shimmer finish, which is supposed to be a lighter version of the AB finish, and I only got these because they came in Rivolis, and I can always use new Rivolis, but, okay. So for comparison, this is the full AB effect. I have it on a rose or a fuchsia. I don't buy these very often, and then I have, this is the Shimmer, so you can kind of see I unfortunately don't have colors to compare to. So you can see a bit more of the back color through the Shimmer effect one. I got the Shimmer in Topaz. This one I like a lot. This is in Light Sapphire. This one's very hazy and opalescent and translucent, so that looks really pretty. But this one kind of gives you more of the blue tone. I unfortunately have really bold colors, so it's kind of hard to compare to, because that's the AB in Emerald, and it's really stark and blue, and yeah. And I also bought 2 in Black Diamond, which is also a very pretty, actually that's really pretty the more I look at it. It's a very opaly kind of effect. So I may get more of those, because that is really, really pretty, and it's actually kind of affordable when it comes to effects like that. But once again, Shimmer effect, the brand new one for this season, and this is the full AB. And again, another one of those things where I'm kind of like, why? They're pretty, but there's so much available already. Like, especially when you compare these 2, there's really not that much difference between them. So it's like, why? I don't know. Next, we're starting to come to the reasons why I didn't get so much this season. First, we had a piece that I'm actually pretty excited for. I didn't buy a lot of these because I really wanted to look at it first. This is the Evil Eye, and this is really freaking cool. The only reason why I didn't want to get more is because I was looking at the finish in the background, because obviously it's printed, the red iris, or cornea, or iris, the color bits is printed on there instead of, like, you know, cast, because that's how they're going to get the effect. I was just wondering if it wore over time, because I saw like computer images where it looked perfect, and then obviously it's going to look great in the rendering. But there were real in-person images that I saw where I can kind of see imperfections and like modeled in the center of the eye shape, and I wasn't too thrilled on that. But looking at it in person, I see a little bit of that modeling, but it looks pretty cool. And I don't think it's going to fade, so that's what I kind of got into. I, of course, bought the red brown, because that is me, and that's freaking awesome. They also had blue, green, brown, and pink. So, if I were to get any more, I might get, like, I'm probably going to get more of these. Maybe the pink, but, yeah. And this also has the fancy stone settings, so if you don't want to bezel around it, they have the little settings around there. These are like $5 to $6 though, so I don't think, like, if I were to use it, I was probably going to use it on a piece that I don't plan on replicating or something, just like a nice fancy accent type thing. But that being said, I think this would make a really, really, really fascinating, interesting focal piece. To just kind of like, hey, I'm looking at you kind of deal. And next we move on to the really expensive stuff. They brought out a new series, the Growing Crystal series, and this is freaking magical. You can kind of see, it looks like, let me get you in closer actually. It looks like a geode, and it just kind of bubbles around the border, and it's just really freaking pretty. I wanted to buy the Bermuda blue in both of these pendants, this one and the next one, but they were out by the time I was able to get my money situation sorted, and you can kind of see in the back how it kind of bubbles and scintillates, and it's just really freaking cool. This is obviously the smallest size because that's all I could freaking afford. I think it comes in 2 larger sizes. This one is in, if I could find it, Crystal Golden Shadow, 26 millimeters. It doesn't come in too many different colors. They have Jet, Silver Night, Crystal, Crystal AB, Vitriol Light, I want to say, and Bermuda Blue. And I grabbed Golden Shadow because that was all that was available at that price point. And finally, the piece that cost me half of my bill. This one, right here. The Growing Crystal Rhombus. Oh my goodness. This thing is just freaking glorious. I got this in the 36 millimeter size because they have a size smaller, but that one does not have this opening on the inside. I really wanted that. The other one is, the smaller one I think is 26 millimeter again, and it's closed in the back, which, it still looks cool, it's just I wanted the open geode effect. But the problem with that is this one is really expensive. I think the original price on this finished Silver Night was like $21, $22 for that one. And then for the 2 fancier shades, which was Vitriol and Bermuda Blue, those were $35 retail price. I used a coupon code to get it a little bit cheaper, but still, I don't know. I think that price point by itself would put off a lot of people, but it is very pretty. But I'm the type of person that likes to keep multiples of things in my stash. When inspiration arises and I have the perfect focal, I kind of like to do that, and a price point that high is a little inaccessible to me, unfortunately. But damn, it's pretty. And unfortunately with the Silver Night, you can't really see the bubbly effect in the back, but you can kind of see it trace around the edges, and wow, you could just stare at this all day, and oh, that's pretty. I really want the Bermuda Blue, but I really don't want to pay that much for it. But, yes. So, yeah. That is it. That is all. We had a few new colors, some shimmery effects, and some really freaking majestic focal pieces. Okay, so what do you guys think about this new release? Let me know down below what you guys think of it. Do you like the new colors? Do you not like the colors? And what about the majestic sparkliness? How about this? And yes. So, I think that will do it from me. Be sure to like up this video and subscribe if you want to see more bullshit from me. Be sure to check out our Facebook group at Creations from Lessons with Odin so that you guys can talk and discuss these things, discuss this launch and see what other people think about it. Check out my other tutorials all along this channel. I have lots of shiny things to do for you. Halloween is coming up. October is coming up. I'm not too certain. I have plans, but I have things, I think. So be on the lookout for that. And other than that, not a whole lot else going on in my end except for this book. I am finally almost finished with this book. It is approaching, but I still require a bit of help for the publishing conundrum and such like that. I'll leave links down below if you want to check out my sci-fi writing and other shenanigans, because I think I'm entertaining, and a lot of people have told me I'm entertaining, so I think it would be entertaining for you as well. But anyway, that will do it from me. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and of course, if there's anything I need to be trying out right now, feel free to let me know down below. And I will see you next time.